Crypto fans, we scored another big victory. We're also going to talk about Brad Garlinghouse in the recent news from there. Another company gets into BTC strategic reserve. And oh yeah, XRP is making another run of it. All right, and which one of you wankers out there suggested I wear the White Sox hoodie? Go back and look in the previous segment. Do you see all the little spots on there? Those are all like lint balls. I've been picking them out of this hoodie for like 3 weeks, and that's still how many there are. Some jagbag in my house like washed my hoodie with some, I don't know, maybe like a towel or something. Before we get into crypto news, your comments come first. Hot, spicy, naughty, relevant. Maybe I'll share it beginning of next video. Kawahulu says, I highly recommend anyone who's lazy or tired after a long day to subscribe to this channel because Klaus does the homework about crypto for us free of charge. He deserves support, which is also free of charge. Yeah, seriously, drop me all the comments. Sharing this is amazing. Hit the like button. I love that kind of stuff. Almost 30,000 XRPs now. Cheers from Switzerland. Support from across the pond. What else we got? Andrew. Yeah, Andrew Butcher hanging out with us says, I love all the vids. The clear reason is that the news is through the roof. You say recovery, but I have high hopes you'll keep bringing the extra vids. Tons of love to you, bro, for the news, the truth, and most of all, the naughty and beautifully timed humor. Stay real. I'm doing extra videos because I'm still in a recovery phase. The thing is, when I train really hard for my races, I get pretty worn out, but as long as my training levels are down, I'm going to keep bringing the heat. And honestly, if I can keep this up and kind of, you know, maybe have a little less time with the family, because you got to sacrifice somewhere to make the vids happen, I will do my best to keep bringing you the hot, spicy, and naughtiest news 24/7. J101 dropped some support on the channel saying thank you. No, thank you. And seriously, super welcome. I'm glad to bring the news. So speaking of, let's get into it. Bitcoin's sitting at 95,814, XRP 148. You notice a lot of deeper green up on the screen because the alts are making a run, baby. That's right. We're seeing more alt dominance starting to show up. Look at XLM above 50 cents. Tron, now I would not touch this. I seriously cannot stand Justin Sun. I would not touch this, but Tron is above 20 cents. This is big stuff here. All right, I said another company is getting into BTC. Do you care if it's your grandmother? Do you care if it's the state of Illinois? Do you care if it's a Chinese company? Does it really matter as long as it pumps up the price? Chinese company SOS Limited is investing $50 million in BTC. Yes, another company. I'm going to keep bringing them up because guess what? Adoption is growing. SOS Limited's board of directors authorized an investment of $50 million in the company's BTC acquisition on November 27th. Hey, Garmin, that's today. Oh, breaking relevant news, and I have more later. Ooh, juicy Santa Claus. On November 27th, the announcement was published on their website. Bitcoin is currently experiencing its most significant gains, which has definitely changed the dynamic. Most recent update from SOS demonstrates the company's agreement, optimistic perspective. They said the Bitcoin market performance is robust and supported by positive developments such as launch of several Bitcoin-related ETF products and ongoing improvements in the U.S. regulatory environment for digital assets. We were saying this whole time that crypto could make it without the U.S. But holy shit, isn't it nice to have U.S. money and influence in the market? Now let's start getting into what Brad said because Brad's got a big interview, strategic interview. This is really cool. That's not the big news though. That's seriously, this is good news, but this isn't the big good news. All right? This is cool. Ripple CEO. 60 Minutes interview. For those not familiar, 60 Minutes is a very long-standing, popular interviewing platform. And he is going to be getting some airtime by what I would consider a very, quote, traditional finance audience. The audience of 60 Minutes is a bit more old school traditional, let's put it that way politely, right? And some of their shows are actually pretty good. Some of their 60-minute things are pretty good. But their demographic is a little bit older than what you would see on this channel, what you would see in the cryptoverse. So we talk about getting like traditional money to flow into crypto. Well, Garlinghouse is going to have a chance to wow a bunch of viewers outside of the normal demographic. And this is very, very positive because he's a good speaker, clean cut, good looking gentleman out there, right? He looks very favorable to a lot of people. He's going to have a lot of good things to say. He's got a lot of positivity behind him. So good news here. Here's a tweet from Brad. last week, 60 Minutes interviewed me about crypto, the push for regulatory clarity, and how the industry banded together to advocate for pro-crypto innovation on both sides of the aisle through fair shake. The episode is going to be aired soon. Essentially, too, he's using this as a springboard to talk about how he's donating, Ripple's donating another $25 million to Fair Shake, a super PAC. Really successful results. Winning how many pro-crypto elections. Really cool stuff. Both sides of the aisle, by the way. So, I mean, this is pro-crypto on pro-crypto. Now, what about Ripple CTO weighing in on Tornado Cash beating the U.S. Treasury in court? Oh, this is the good news. Not what Ripple CTO said, but the Tornado Cash story. When you think about how big of a story this is, how this really 180s, like a lot of damage that's been done to crypto, this is a huge win. Ripple's chief technology officer, David Schwartz, has published a tweet commenting on the major legal win scored by Tornado Cash against the U.S. Treasury in court. Schwartz particularly commented on the U.S. Treasury's claim that smart contracts are a service in this case. The Court of Appeals in the Fifth Circuit sided with the plaintiffs and appellants, ruling that smart contract protocols are not subject to sanction. Because of this now, everything that's been done against these mixers is being overturned. Now look, I get it. Mixers are used to do maybe some naughty money laundering. But so is freaking art. So is real estate. So is Western Union and MoneyGram. So is Green Dot Cards. You can do, there's so many different ways you could do it. All right? Corner store bodegas, right? You can launder money a whole shitload of ways. And basically what they're saying here is, look, not everything in crypto falls under the same umbrella. There's differences here. This is another instance where the courts, the appellate courts are like, yo, you can't use old regs for this because it doesn't fit this shit. Another win for us. This is what Schwartz said. If a smart contract is a service, a screwdriver is a service. If a smart contract is a service, a book is a service. Basically saying smart contracts are tools to make things happen. So are you going to regulate other tools like hammers? You see what I'm saying? Like this is a big win. And this all stemmed from the current regime just letting everyone and every entity go after crypto any way they can. Operation Choke Point 1.0, 2.0, 3.0, 69.0. There are some freaks in there, okay? And we're seeing this stuff now unwind even before the new regime takes control. So the courts are realizing that the pendulum swung the wrong way. Announcing the outcome of the lawsuit, Paul Grewal, chief legal officer at Coinbase, tweeted about privacy winning. This is a historic win for crypto and all who cares about defending liberty, underscoring the sanctions laid on Tornado Cash by the U.S. Treasury are unlawful. I love this. The government's overreach will not stand, he added emotionally, the Coinbase CEO stated. While nobody wants criminal entities to use cryptocurrency protocols, blocking open source technology entirely because of a small portion of users or bad actors is not what Congress has authorized. I freaking agree, and it's a big win for us. Look, there are a lot of robberies out there. There's a lot of crimes that they use BMWs and Dodge Challengers to commit, right? So should we ban Dodge Challengers? Should we ban Hellcats? What if you like four-door Chargers? What if you like BMW M3s and you do a bank robbery and this is your getaway vehicle? Because M3s are like really, really reliable. They're heavy, but homegirls are reliable. And homegirls can still shake. Should we ban those? This is the equivalence. This is a huge win. By the way, all this stuff, it's all linked in the description down below. You know what else is juicy? XRP, at the time of recording, we were trying to touch 150. We did. We got to a high of 150.1, which is great. We've pulled back a little bit to 149. I get it. But this is exciting. We're making another run, and we know the significance of these numbers. Support above 130 has well been defined. Now we're looking at this going, whoa, wait a minute. We're going in with an upswing into Thanksgiving. Now, volume, yes, volume is down, okay? But the price is holding strong. We knew volume would go down because we talked on this channel for the last couple weeks about holiday volume going down, and not to freak out about it, that you're going to see a huge boom and then it's just going to shrivel. We talked about this, and it's happening. And we talked about the fear of, okay, but wait a minute. Volume, yeah, we get it if it goes down, but what about the interest in XRP? What about the bullish optimism? What if that goes away? And it's not. So just because the volume is down doesn't mean people don't want XRP. It just means a lot of people are taking time off. This is a holiday. A lot of influence U.S. globally affects trade patterns. That's why this story earlier about the U.S.'s overreach, right, regarding the mixers, had a huge effect on everything globally. Companies now want to start getting into crypto because of the U.S.'s stance and the changing of the U.S.'s stance. The influence is happening. U.S. companies paved the way. We don't like the U.S. with a lot of stuff because the U.S. does a lot of shit wrong. But hey, when the U.S. comes to party, the U.S. brings money. And what's money good for? Crypto. And we're seeing a move with the money right now. Because when you zoom out to 6 months, look at this. This is what we dealt with. And we talked the last couple days about, hey, don't freak out about these candlesticks, the red ones. Not every run is rocket ship, rocket ship, rocket ship. It just doesn't work that way. Every once in a while, you got to refuel. Every once in a while, maybe you gotta come back and you got to pick up some supplies. And then when you do stage the fake moon landing, yes, second reference in a couple days, you then figured out that you want to make sure no stars are in the photographs, and you want to make sure you got everything set, and this is what's happening. Bad things from a previous regime are being unraveled. Overreach, government overreach, yeah, and we have a lot of allies with government overreach. The ag people love crypto because they hate government overreach. You got a lot of businesses out there, a lot of tech companies that are not for government overreach because it suppresses them, especially a lot of AI companies. And you're seeing the crypto rally extend. You're seeing XRP find support, feel very, very comfortable above $1.30, and feeling really, really, really comfortable above $1. Think about that. What's your floor for XRP? Because if you're sitting here going, dude, we got tons of support at $1, you know how different that is from us just a couple weeks ago? But it feels really possible. That dollar floor, worst case scenario, melt this bitch on down. BTC does something funky and wonky and wanky, and I bet we could still hold $1. And that would be some really bad news, because guess what? You'd have some really good news days, weeks, months later, pumping it back up, because we know what's coming down the pipe, don't we? For real, you can easily see all the limp balls that I was talking about earlier, and yes, you just pick off all the limp balls, but some yak bag decided to wash my hoodie with some towels. That's just my guess. But this is cool stuff. I get it, the idea of mixers are used by naughty people, but it's not all naughty people. I mean, like, cash is used by naughty people. I mean, when you go to your street pharmacist, are you like, hey, bro, do you accept check and debit card? No, you're like, bro, you got cash? I want to have some fun. And we don't ban cash, right? I mean, I got to be honest with you. There's a lot of criminal activity going on in the government. It's not like we ban the government, do we? I mean, maybe we should, but... So, yeah, you have to have updated regs. You have to have updated standards. Stable coins are way different. Mixers, different. Exchanges, different. DEXs, different. It's all needing its own updates. And the courts are stepping in and doing the right thing. I'm sorry that it's such a painfully long process, that we had to go through so many years of this crap, but honestly, that is how it works here in the United States. And it's a painful process. But we eventually get things right. And when the U.S. gets things right, the U.S. brings money to the party. And you might not like the U.S. You might not like the U.S. government. You might not like the attitude. But if you're into this shit for making money, U.S. money is what you want on your side. And you're starting to see that change. Because not only is it that U.S. money that you're seeing, it's the U.S. influence that you're seeing. Players out there FOMOing because they don't want to miss out, thinking, oh my God, the U.S. is going to be making paper company. They're going to be able to get new socks, hoodies that aren't covered in laundry lint stuff from towels. I'm assuming it's towels, right? Anyway, and if anyone knows how to get this shit off, please let me know. I've been picking this off. I've tried duct tape. But the FOMO is real. The FOMO caused by the U.S.'s massive shift in policy and outlook. This is just the beginning. There's going to be stops, don't worry. You're not going to be missing the train completely. There's going to be stops, there's going to be pickups, there's going to be passengers who might come back. But that's because the train conductor on this train is saying, choo-choo, bitches.